Well, guess who? It's PewDiePie. Actually, no, it's not. It's actually DownUnderThunder. And welcome to the Novocastrians podcast, where we talk everything Newcastle Knights. Like, we'll discuss signings, controversies, and games. Or something that happened off field, but just mainly about Newcastle. So if you're American, I would click away because this is an Australian game. So sorry to say that, but round one victory against the old enemy Manly. Suck it. If you're on my Twitter feed, you'll probably see that I kind of lost it a bit because whenever you beat Manly, you've got to rub it in. You've got to rub a bit of salt into the wounds. But the worst thing is I tipped Manly to win by 2 points. I always knew this was going to be a close game. The score ended up being I think 1918. It was a good game, a very tough game. We were good, could have been better, but mainly we were kind of the same. And this is what I want to give a good shout out to us Knights fans. Good on you. Like, over 23,000 showed up. I don't have the exact number, but just going to talk about the game and then talk about the signings, how they fit in, talk about the current squad. I feel like I like it. I like our forward backline. It's okay, but so it was a tough game. We scored the first try, and I had Callum Ponga, so I'm not rich, but I think everyone had their Callum Ponga as their first try scorer, so he does do a good job. But I love what I saw. Like, I think it's too early to say because it's just round one, so you've got to we're a bit dusty, but because we did drop a bit of ball, gave Manly some possession, which you can't do for any team, but he's worth every penny. He played exactly how I wanted him to play. He attacked the line, he ran at them. Because that's going to be... Because I've heard that he's hard to tackle, and I heard that he's just naturally gifted, so good on Callum Ponga. Welcome to Newcastle, and I'm going to get shit on because I am not a Mitchell Pearce fan, and I still can't believe he kicked the field goal. Yeah, but I've got my reservations. Like, if he plays well, I'm happy to change my mind, but I'm still a critic, so... don't grill me in the comment section. I know someone will, because I'm not a Mitchell Pearce fan. I just... Meh. I think he's average. I think he was a shit player that played in a good team, and it's pretty easy when you've got a famous footballer of a dad. And you just suck him off like, hey dad, can't get in the side. Yeah, sorry, I kind of got off on a rant. So, I've got some stats. I'm not sure if they're accurate. If they are not, if they're incorrect, please tell me on social media or in the comment section. I know I'm going to get shit on because I probably got it wrong, but Slade Griffin, Ponga was first try, but Slade Griffin, I don't know much about him. Watching the game, I realised, okay, Melbourne kept him for a reason. Good job, Nathan Brown. I've been his biggest critic, but what are you going to do? So he's done well. So I think the last try scorer was Lachlan Fitzgibbon. I'm really enjoying him as a forward. Because him and Brock Clem are forming a gold combination. Sorry about that. I really whispered into my microphone. So yeah. So moving on to, I feel like in the tackles, this is what I was most impressed with. 44 tackles from Slade Griffin. So from Nathan Brown, he has said that he's just a good, solid, tough player to have in your side. So, I'm happy, but at the cost of Danny Levi, I don't know where you're going to put him now, but we'll talk about recruits later in the session. But second, we got Aiden Guerrero with 39 tackles, I think it was. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a Aiden Guerrero fan. Not because from the Roosters, and I hate the Roosters, but I just feel like his best days were behind him, and that 2013 was his best year, but he did his job today. Defensively, this is where I was most pleased in our game. Defense, we did really well, so can't complain about that. Daniel Saifidi, I don't know why he was benched. I would have him starting with Herman Essiesi. He does a good job. And there's one of our recruits, not Danny Levi, but Herman Essiesi. I really feel like he did a great job today. I've heard good things about him from Brisbane, but I've never seen him play as much because I don't watch the footy anymore because they don't bloody show Channel 9 games with Newcastle in them. It's always Parramatta, Bulldogs, or Brisbane. And I just love those memes, though. I want a Friday night game with Bennett. Yeah, I guess, I was pleased with our defence in this game. But this is one, and run meters, Herman Essiesi, 169 metres. That's a very good start to your Knights career. I enjoyed the way he played. I thought he did a good job. Because it's always hard going to a new club. You've got to not change the way you play, but just adjust some things in your game. Because we are a young side on the rise. Because I feel like we've signed well with a few pointless signings, I think. But and then Mitchell Barnett, who was my favourite forward. I think he added some mongrel to our forward pack, which we desperately needed. He made 106 run meters, and that was fantastic. like I said, he edged Mongrel, because I remember there was a game against Cronulla where we got absolutely smashed, and he's giving it to poor Gallen like, oh shit, he's got balls, but he'll do well. But taking things to the next thing I'm just going to talk about is the game. I really feel like we did I gave the score a 6. I'm not sure if it's 6 or 5. If I have Facebook, so tell me if I got it wrong. I think I gave it 5 out of 10. There was a lot of good things and not a lot of bad things. There's a bit of weaknesses like so. Like one of them was Mitchell Pearce. Some of his kicks were just not good enough. Like they were too early during the set. I know we're under pressure, and it's easier said than done. But I feel like some of his longer range kicks weren't great, and they just mounted no pressure. If you're gonna kick, I keep forgetting who the freaking Manly fullback was. You can't do that to any side, give any meters. Tom Travojevic, I don't know how I forget about that, but I feel like a lot of his kicks landed on the full, but some of his high balls were good. It put pressure on the wingers, and that's one thing I wanted to do was target George to full, because he has a bit of a weakness in the air, and so does Akili Uate. Like I feel I can't bag him because he was a knight and scored 100 tries with us, but I knew as soon as we played the game, bomb it for Uate. He's a great attacking player, not the best defending, average in the air. Because I feel like every time we're at Newcastle, the crowd goes silent whenever he was under a high ball. So, attacking wise, I feel like we gave so many chances to Manly and we didn't take up our opportunities. We didn't. That was one thing I didn't like. We didn't finish our sets. Like our completion was like 87%. That's good, but it was in the crucial moments in the game. Some very crucial moments. And on the moment of Callum Ponga, he not just attack, he saved the try against Aki Uate. It runs into him, he drops the ball cold. Kind of ironic that he dropped the ball this time and didn't get sent up to the referee this time, but he didn't. As soon as I saw this, I thought, oh fuck, they're going to give this a try. Come on, it's Uate. But it's Callum Ponga, good job. He made a good tackle. We needed that tackle. Because I still think like we should have lost that game, but I'm happy with the effort we showed. We didn't give up. We didn't give up. That's that. So, talking about our new some confusing decisions is like Denny Levi out. I think he was concussed maybe. So, if he is concussed, then I kind of get why. But I don't get why I don't like this Connor Watson Mitchell Pearce combo. I'm not liking it. Like I like Connor Watson as a player, but I just don't feel like he fits the mold. I feel like he's more of a utility player than a 5'8". I feel like that's Brock Lamb's job, which Brock Lamb had a good game. As soon as he came on, he had impact. Like I've always hold him in high regard. As soon as I saw him, I think it was his debut game in 2016 against the Tigers, where he lost at Campbelltown Stadium. I like his kicking game, and he's starting to form a lethal combination with Lachlan Fitzgibbon. I'm just happy with the progress he's coming along, because he had a few of injuries last year in the past 2 years. I think could be wrong, but Connor Watson, here's my sorry, there's my phone, but Connor Watson. I know it's just round one and far too early to say in the competition, but I don't see it working. Because as soon as Brooklyn came in, he came with instant impact. He impacted the game. I feel like if he didn't come on, we would have lost. But Herman Essie, like I said, good bike. He did a great job defensively, and he made some good meters. And Slade Griffin, like I knew nothing about him. Like I heard the news that Melbourne never wanted to let him go, and I could see why. He's like I said, good tough player. So, but that's about it. This isn't going to be a very long podcast. And I forgot there was one moment in the game where we're in Golden Point, and we don't have the best Golden Point record. Because I think the last Golden Point we had against Manly, we lost. I think it was a Cherry Evans field goal right on just before the 80th minute. It just broke me heart. We had a 10-point lead and gave it up, but there was a moment in the game where Cherry Evans has a clear shot at field goal, but guess who's chasing him? Mitchell Barnett. I think he was my favourite. I think there was 3 of my favourite players from last year were Daniel Saifidi, Denny Levi, and Mitchell Barnett. He's been a godsend from Canberra. I'm just happy we brought him. And speaking of that, since he signed a contract, I could not be any happier. But this will be the Down Under Thunder Novocastrians podcast. If you want, I'll have Q&As, try and get my friends on. Well, not my fucking Manly friends, fuck it. But one of my friends, Chris, could be on not every day, but this probably might be a Saturday or Sunday thing. And if you're wondering if it sounds weird, I'm using Chef Factor on the PlayStation 4, but I'm getting my laptop soon, so I will be getting a podcast up. If there's anyone that you can recommend, please send to me on social media or just to message me on Facebook or Twitter. But Down Under Thunder out.